Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a double feature game. Yes, I've done it again. We're going to do two replays from two different time periods. One pre-Arty nerf and one post-Arty nerf. This is the post-Arty nerf game. It's a GWE100 on the west spawn of Sand River under the command of MCHammereD of REBRN. Let's see how he gets on. Well, GWE100 never existed, but you have to believe that the Germans would have built one. Eventually, they would have used the hull of the E100 to make an Arty. And this is Wargaming's conceptualization of what the GWE100 would have looked like. GW being Geschutzwagen, which is, well, gun carrier. Or gun vehicle. Well, he's not moving too far away from his spawn point. Now, he's got a 21cm howitzer as his main armament and alpha damage of 1100 with a penetration rate of 53mm of armour. And you can see where he's aiming, right to the south, and he's got a pair of targets moving into view, and all of a sudden he's lost them. Oh, that's such a pity, because he might have been able to hit both of them with one shot. But he's aiming for where he thinks they will appear, and that's the right thing to do in an Arty. You work out where you think the enemy will be and you aim towards that point. And yep, lo and behold, that's exactly where they appeared. In fact, sometimes tank drivers can't work out how we managed to work out where they'll actually be. He's fired a round in. Now I think the Wizzy 120 will probably confirm to us, or the E50 might, what damage we did. Okay, up to the north, I think we just spotted an enemy tank up there, which was... not sure, actually. It was Kanonen Jagdpanzer 105 there. Should have noticed Rusty's skin, the one with the red colour. Marks the target. Oh, wipes him out with that round! Beautiful, that's a penetrating shot, no doubt about it. Went right in and hammered the guy. Nice shot. Of course, the Kanonen Jagdpanzer is probably not going to think it was a very nice shot, but then he was rather camping on that position, and well, he paid for it. Well, that E75 is also camping. Rounds out, and he's been struck for 240, but he was lucky actually. If that had been a direct hit, I think he might have been out of the game. Because that is basically a lurver in sheep's clothing. Okay, up on top of the hill, T-54 lightweight, pushing on our Pantera. Dialing in on the position. But are we going to... oh no, there's two of them now, Centurion and the T-54. Okay, T-54's coming down the hill, he's going to meet that TVP. He's being struck. Rounds out, this should splash kill. Oh, it didn't, unfortunately, it went too long and he missed out on getting the kill. TVP, or was it, no, it's the Lurver got the kill instead. Over here we've got a 7032. Having a go at our Centurion 7. Just waiting for the round to load. He's getting ready for a double shot, I think. Or is he? No, when he's already killed the Centurion, and now we're going to... oh, and he just got killed. One of our teammates actually shot him in the back, I think. Over here we've got a Centurion 7-1 chasing our TVP, and he's about to meet the Lurver. And this will produce a sudden braking maneuver. He does, he stops suddenly, and this is the moment that MCHammereD fires in and gets a direct hit. 447, the Lurver moves in to put a round into him. So we're picking up nice amounts of stun assist here. That's it, keep the target lit, and yes, nicely done. He goes down. TS5 near the cap. Can't see him anymore, but here we've got an object 430. We're loaded, ready to go. Okay, he seems to be hovering next to those rocks for the moment. McHammered's fired a round in just to see if he is still there. And he was, but I'm not sure if he actually lost any hit points there. But okay, so we've marked the target for our teammates. I think the TVP was firing somewhere else, and the TVP just went down. There's the enemy Arty. He's been spotted. There's two of them. He's dialed in, but just waiting for the shell to complete loading. This is a shock. Oh, before he can get the kill shot in, the enemy is killed, but we've got an E3. Now you'd have to work out how far, because he's right over the other end of the battlefield. It's about 3-second delay. As he gets closer to us, the delay goes down, but he puts it over the target and rounds out. This should kill. Oh, it doesn't, but it's a good hit. 114. The E4 on our team's moving in alongside that E3, but unfortunately he didn't. Oh, he does. He did manage to get alongside him and takes him out. IS-7, low hit points, splash kill. He goes down. T-44-100 hasn't moved from the spawn point. He's AFK. We're about to get, well, the Wizzy 120 is going in for a close range kill. We fired the last one in. Unfortunately, we did stun our teammate in the process, and the kill actually goes to the Wizzy 120. Halfway up the hill, we've got that Object 430. There's still an enemy Arty about somewhere, T92 HMC. He's not been seen, but I think he might be in the dip in grid square E0. Oh, no, he's not. Or is he? No, he might be in E0. Object 430 goes down. Nobody from our team has actually gone to have a quick look in E0. I go in there and have a quick butchers. Yes, he is in there. Yep, I thought so. It's the most logical place that he might be. And MCHammereD fires the round in. Hail Mary. Yep, gets him. And our teammates are almost climbing over each other. It was a mine moment. Yes, they were all trying to get him at the same time. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And, well, this is the replay from the current update, 1.71. 1.7.1, and we can see that McHammered managed to get an Ace Tanker out of this game. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 11, and he got a Confederate medal. And, well, let's have a look at the rest of the team score. Didn't get the highest damage in the game. He got the second highest on his team, and the third, was it the fourth? Not fourth. Is it the fourth? No, there's only 2 on the enemy team ahead of him, so he's actually got the fourth highest damage in the game. The highest scorer was in fact the E50, who got 3590, and then we've got the Object 430 with 3438, and then the IS-7 on the enemy team 2747, and then we've got McHammered with 2081. When it came to kills, he shared the top spot with the E4, the M53, M55, the Wizzy 120, and the SU 130PM with all 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, he was top with 975. The E50 got 945, and he got the SU 130PM got 914. He fired 9 rounds, got 4 direct hits and 1 penetration, 9 splash. Damage of 2081 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 2,390 hit points of stun assist off 7 stuns. And that's why he managed to get the high XP on a tier 10 battle. 37,168 credits on a premium count. After ammunition resupply, took away 37,032. So I think there's something that Wargaming's not telling us, or what Replays is not telling us about here, because after all, if you take that figure away from that, you don't get that. So I think he managed to get something 18,000 credits worth in there. Received 975 XP times 2 for the first victory, got 732 from personal missions payout, and took away 3,658 experience points altogether. So that is the replay from the 1.7.1 update. Now let's have a look and see what it looks like from pre-nerf, pre-9.18. I think it's going to be a 9.17.1 replay. And here is the battle from the 9.17.1 update. Or in fact, that should be 0.9.17.1. You're looking at Salat 72, and he's in the GWE100. And this is an assault battle on Sand River. But it's very similar to the previous battle you've just witnessed with MCHammereD. Now the reload time's about the same, it's about 39 seconds. It's still a 21cm howitzer, but now, back then, it would actually do 2000 alpha and penetrate 105mm of armour. So most of the shots that Salat fires will be penetrating shots. Let's have a look and see how he gets on. This battle only lasts 10 minutes. And let's see how many credits he earns in 10 minutes. Okay, well, battle started. We've got a number of enemy in sight already. They're eager to get to the cap or kill all of our teammates. And I think Salat's waiting for an enemy heavy to come into sight. Most of the tanks that have actually made it to the north bank are light tanks. And there's a tank destroyer, the T110E4, sitting on the ridgeline. He's stopped to take a shot. He's dialing in, and well, he takes his shot. Salat fires, gets a direct hit for 728 hit points. Okay, he's disappeared from sight, and we're reloading. And we're witnessing those lights and mediums that are above the north bank. Over on the west side of the map, we've got an IS-7. Now, back then, there wasn't a pass over that rock in F1, so tanks actually had to go around the rock. And looks like the IS-7 is just taking a shot. He does. Salat fires around in and gets a direct hit on the IS-7 for 680 hit points. And the fact that there was a sizzle noise probably meant that that was a penetrating round. We've got a Type 4 and an E75, both heavies. And, well, at the moment it looks like they're above the village. And the important pass, of course, in an assault game is E0. If the enemy can get through that, normally they can actually get to the riverbed. And it looks like that's what's happened, because there's a T110E5 in the riverbed right now. So that's loaded. He's trying to get one on that E5. Fires the round in. Oh, it hits the ridgeline just short of the E5. So it doesn't do any damage. You can see the impact point. So that's the first bad shot he's made. But I'm sure he will be able to get some more damage. Now, apart from the graphics being very, very different, there aren't that many changes to the map. It's still got the same general features. It's just obviously the modern version has much better graphics and a different engine. Okay, well, he's lost sight of that Type 4 Heavy and the E75, and he's moving back down to the riverbed to go after that E5. Lining up the shot and dialing in. He won't shoot until he's absolutely certain he's got a tight reticule on the target, because you don't want to waste a shot. E5's looking up and rounds out. Direct hit! 875 hit points. Nowadays you'd have to get a penetrating shot to do that sort of damage, and I doubt if you would actually be able to penetrate, given the penetration's been reduced dramatically. It's about half the level it was then. Well, that E100 is making his way round to the dune ridge line. Looks like he's getting ready to shoot one of our teammates. We're almost loaded. He's looking behind him. Salat didn't fire there. He chose not to fire. He's waiting for the E100 to be stationary for a brief moment, and then he can let loose. Well, he fires around in. Oh, lovely hit. Good hit. And in fact, actually, it looked like it hit the mantlets, actually. That or it was one of our teammates actually hit him. Oh, that Leopard prototype just got a very bad hit from the E100. Now, over in the riverbed, the E5 has actually been replaced by an E4. So it looks like the E5 might have been killed. And there's now a Type 4 Heavy in there. That was the same Type 4 we saw above the village. Yes, he's getting ready to shoot, and so are we. Salat fires. Direct hit on the turret, and he picked up a whopping 787 hit points of damage, but we did lose a teammate in that exchange. In fact, a T-54E1 got taken out by a Yag Tiger, and E4 is pushing. And the E4's been killed. T10 got him. We're almost ready to go for the Type 4 again. And it's another direct hit. 739 hit points. So far, Salat's actually racked up slightly more damage than MCHammereD did in his game. And his game lasted 6 minutes, and this game lasted about, or has lasted about 6 minutes so far. There's a Yag Tiger. It's the same one that killed one of our teammates, and so that's loaded. He's also got that Type 6 T62A right alongside him. Oh, he's fired, and yeah, unfortunately he damaged his teammate there as well, but he did take out the Yag Tiger. He'll probably have to pay a fine for damaging his T62 teammate. But down in the riverbed, we can see that Type 4 Heavy's pulled back a bit. And their T49 almost had a tumble there, and it's just got wiped out. We're running out of targets to shoot at the moment, but that's surprising considering there's only 6 enemies remaining. Object 140. Oh, vaporized. 674 hit points with one shot. Okay, we're looking for that Type 4 Heavy. T62's going around the corner. Let's hope he spots him. We're not fully loaded yet. There's the Type 4. And Salat's marked him as target to let his teammates know that's what he's after. Of course, he's got the ability to take him out with one shot now. Yeah, and he does. Right into the engine bay. Takes out the Type 4 Heavy. So, 3 kills to Salat. And that's the 2-minute warning. And the enemy is now only down to 2 Arty. And the Object 140 is racing north as fast as he can. Hopefully to get to the spawn point, because that's normally where the Arty would stay. And then he might be able to get shots on the enemy Arty. He's almost loaded. And the Object 140's found both of the enemy Arty, and they're very close to each other. And so that's going to target that GWE100. Lines up. Getting ready for the shot. Just work out where he's headed. Rounds out. Looks good. Oh, one shot kill. 550 hit points, and the T92 goes down to the Black Dog. So that's the end of the game. So how did Salat get on compared to MCHammereD? Well, here's the end of battle result. We can see that they were both ace tankers. Salat managed to get an ace tanker, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 14, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills, he got 4, and a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. But he also managed to pick up a high caliber for dealing the most damage in that battle overall. And you can see this replay took place on the 14th of April 2017. Let's have a look at team score. Well, when it came to damage, he did get the highest damage, 6,285 hit points of damage overall. In fact, he also managed to get the highest number of kills, 4, And when it came to base XP, well, actually he was beaten to the top spot by that T62A, the guy he accidentally stunned. He got, damaged. 934 base XP for him, 931 for the Leopard prototype, and 916 for Salat 72. He fired 11 rounds, got 10 direct hits, and 10 penetrations. Most of the shots were penetrating. 2, in fact, all of them were, all the ones that actually hit the target. 2 splash damage of 6,285 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He actually did do 107 hit points of damage to that T62A, so he's going to have to pay a fine. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, and if we look at the credits, we can see he earned 49,310 credits, and his fine was 1,700 credits. So his total came to 47,610, and after resupply of ammunition, he ended up with 24,730 credits. On the other side, we could see that if he'd had a premium account, he would have earned 73,965 credits, because of course we know MCHammereD has a premium account, and after paying the fine, he would have had a total of 71,415 and would have walked away with 48,535 credits. He received 916 base, and there was no multipliers, and if he'd actually had a premium count, 1,374 base. So let's have a look and see compared to MCHammereD's score and see exactly what the differences are. Well, MCHammereD fired 2 rounds less than Salat, but he only did 2,081 hit points of damage, whereas Salat did 6,285. If you look at the credit side, you can see that MCHammereD earned a total of 37,032 after deductions, but if you look at Salat, he earned a lot more. He did do more damage, but he had less time to do it in. Technically, I suppose the battle lasted slightly longer, only 2 minutes slightly longer. But Salat made 1,374, or would have made 1,374 on a premium count. And if we see MCHammereD, he actually earned more XP on the battle, but he did have personal missions payout. So if you deduct that figure from this figure, you can see it would have been under just under 3,000 in XP. And if we look at MCHammereD, oh sorry, that's the wrong one, go back, we can see that he actually earned less in terms of would have earned less XP. So you're earning more XP in the new vehicles with the stun, but you're earning less credits overall. So it hurts you on credits, but you're better off on experience. So yes, quite different games, but both had similar results, and you can see that at the end. You see they both got Ace Tanker. This is an Ace and Confederate, whereas this one is an Ace, Gores, and High Caliber. Yes, slight difference, and of course one's a standard battle, the other one is an assault. But even so, you can see that there's a very big difference between then and now. The new ones, you can do a lot of stun damage. The old ones, you could get lots of real damage on the target, good penetrations on the target as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that trip down memory lane with the old and the new, and we will have another replay for you very shortly, which is also going to be a double feature, so you can test out another Arty from back then and see how it compares to today. Thanks for watching.